She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old.
So it looks like Drake is learning a hard way that Rihanna is not the type of person that you mess with because she just CLA back at him extra hard after he dissed her on his album. And Rihanna is not afraid to fight dirty. She dragged Drake for being corny and obsessed, and y'all won't believe how she's calling him out to be a bad boyfriend. Does Drake secretly want to get back with Rihanna?
People are fed up with Drake. I don't know what is going on, y'all, but the voodoo spell he had us all under has clearly broken at this point, because universally, the Drake hate is rolling in at an all-time.
So Drake just released his new album For All the Dogs, and it's causing quite the stir, because in the song Fear of Heights, he took some major jabs at Rihanna, and folks are not happy about it. They're saying he was unnecessarily harsh, and it got Rihanna taking it personally. This album is seriously making waves for the wrong reasons, but it's the Rihanna situation that got all of the people flapping their gums. It's like he just decided to drop this drama bomb and fans are not having it, but what really had people talking was the part where he said, hey, why didn't make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? That could never be. I can't run me better him than me better. It's not me, I'm anti-am. X was average with you, yeah. I'm anti cause I had it with you, no, in case I don't get. The anti-statements are a reference to her last album, which she titled Anti. Also, can we please get into the fact that he took a shot at Injecting Iraqi for being with Riri? Like, didn't this man spend years pining for Rihanna and telling the world how much he loved her and all that boy bye? But he continued, okay, I'm a like your daddy's sister auntie, like your family picture, and I had way better B than you TB. Yeah, that man is still with you, can't leave, yeah, y'all on vacation, but it's now, Drake, you dragging it like it's been forever years since y'all broke up and you still throwing shade like it was yesterday. Meanwhile, Rihanna out here living her best life, being a mom to 2 kids, and it's like Drake just can't move on. Now, remember the good old days when Drake and Rihanna was putting out hit after hit like, oh no, what's my name? And I'll take care of you, and work. Listen, Dreary in love with Ryan, it's hard to miss his massive crush was on full display for the world to see. And who can forget that awkward 2016 VMA moment when he tried to plan a kiss on her, and she smooth carved him on the side step.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award for 2016, Rihanna.
Emotional damage, and y'all know you can trust the internet to catch that exact moment and screenshot when she blocked his kiss, because that's exactly what they did at first. It was clear as day that Riri saw him as nothing more than a friend, but his persistence paid off and he managed to convince her to give him a shot somewhere around 2017. They decided to give this dating thing a whirl, and well, the rest was history. Or not, because it didn't last long. By 2018, they had called it quit now. Let's be real here, regardless of what you might think about Drake, it's hard to deny that he and Rihanna made a seriously good look couple. I mean, they weren't exactly flaunting their relationship all over the place, but when you saw them together, you couldn't deny that they looked cute as a button. Now, their romance was super low profile, and it caught most of us off guard when we heard they split, but that's how they rolled, keeping things under wraps, and when it ended, it didn't exactly make headlines. It's like they came, they dated, and then they went their separate ways, all without making too much of a fuss. But one thing was crystal clear. It was all on Drake for messing up the real relationship. Rihanna didn't just spill the tea about the breakup, she straight up spilled the whole teapot, and it was spicy. Revealed that she not only had to call it quits romantically, but they weren't even friends anymore. She said, we don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either, she told Vogue, which reported that. She whined at the artist's name before her eyes glazed over with cool indifference. It is what it is. So, when Rihanna spilled the tea, it was like an instant red flag for everybody. People could smell the trouble in the air and knew Drake had royally messed up the relationship. The details were a little bit sketchy, but fans were firmly on Team Rihanna, and they weren't about to let Drake off the hook, especially after all those years of him being obsessed with her and begging her for a chance. And y'all, let's be real here, whatever Drake did had to be some major foul play for Rihanna to cut him off completely. I mean, she forgave Chris Brown, the guy who seriously messed up in the past, and even went back to him after that 2009 incident, so Drake must have committed a major relationship Faux poop, but here's where it gets spicy. Drake spilled the beans on his own mistakes in his album Certified Lover Boy. On the track Effing Fans, he straight up admitted, "You said I was effing up when I was out here effing." G fans, dang. And it made you look crazy. Well, fans did not miss a beat, and it didn't take long for them to put two and two together and figure out that he was confessing to cheating on Rihanna after all that time he spent chasing her. Talk about a plot twist. Shocking, right? So according to Drake himself, he's the one who messed up their relationship, and he openly confessed that Rihanna gave him several chances to clean up his act before she finally pulled the plug. Yet here we are, 5 years later, and he still hung up on her. It's like he's caught in a never-ending obsession and just can't move forward. But honestly, can you blame the guy? Since their breakup, Rihanna's been on an absolute top-tier mission. I mean, sure, she hasn't dropped a new album, but she's been conquering the world. She launched her Fenty brand and even joined in the Billionaires Club. Talk about making boss moves. But what really seems to rub salt in Drake's wound is the fact that Rihanna has moved on to a new flame, and she's not being sneaky about it either. She's flaunting her relationship with the world to see, while she tried to keep her thing with Drake on the low. Her romance with Injections Rocky is as public as it gets. I mean, she's head over heels for the guy, and she's not holding back, not one bit. It's like she's living her best life, and Drake's still stuck in the past. Listen, Rihanna and Injections are a package deal. You'd swear that we're glued together. They even graced the M Gala red carpet as a power couple. But on top of that, they've got this adorable little family growing, complete with 2 kids. And it's kind of wild how they managed to have 2 kids in just 2 years. It seems like they can't keep their hands off each other. I bet Drake is just sick lying awake at night thinking about this, because it looks like Rocky's living the life Drake once dreamed of with Rihanna. But while Rand's love life is on a high, Drake has had his fair share of romantic madventures that led to nowhere. Remember when he got clowned for confessing? Any thought about proposing to 42 different women? 42 times, yeah. There were some turbulent relationships seized for him indeed. He literally had the engagement rings made into a necklace, and the jeweler revealed the story behind the interesting piece, saying, "New piece, titled Previous Engagements for all the times he thought about but never did it." 42 engagement rings, 35,138 carats in diamonds. Drake got roasted all over Beyonce's internet when that jeweler's post viral. I mean, the idea of one guy bought 42 engagement rings for 42 different women is just crazy, right? Who even manages to get up to 42 girlfriends in a lifetime, let alone 42 women he actually considered marrying? That boy is lost. And you just know that Rihanna had to be one of those 42 women, which has got to sting, especially with her being all loved up with a Rocky. But one thing that Drake probably forgot is that Rihanna is the wrong CB to try to diss, because she always gets her lick back. I mean, Rihanna is literally known as the queen of clapbacks, because she is known to give savage clapbacks to anybody who even tries to diss her. And Drake is no different. She did a post in Delod on Instagram where she said, "None of my exes are married or in happy relationships, so it's safe to say that I wasn't the problem." Listen, not her. Rubbing her happy relationship in Drake's face. Well, listen, the streets have been talking and clowning Drake all over the place, saying stuff like Drake truly felt with all the social capital he had a word that he was entitled to the Rihanna. It's not that his misogyny is getting worse. He's finally coming to terms that even as powerful as he is, women find him undesirable. Drake has so many high-profile women like Nicki, Rihanna, and Serena Williams. They all left him and are happily married. Even the strippers he dated and retired didn't want to be with him. I'm convinced he's the problem now. Drake was never with Nicki, and Drake dissed Rihanna, who was happy with her family, and Injecties have been 200-3 is just corn. To me, listen, not these fans smoking Drake like that, but I want to know what y'all think about this. Do you think that Drake is still hung up on Rihanna? Or do you think that he's doing this for publicity also? Who would you put your money on in a one-on-one between Drake and Injections Rocky? Drop your thoughts in comments below, and then check out this next video.